live. Hey, Odubel. Hey, Jerice.
No more.
This one's for you.
No more. Odubel Herrera. As the great Dan Baker would say, center fielder Odubel Herrera. He is no more. No mas.
Thank God.
Odubel. So it's a great day in the history of the franchise. If you go back to From the Nosebleeds in years past, I was, promoting Odubel Herrera pre-domestic violence, may I add. Yeah, it was pre. And then I forgave him.
And post.
No, I'm joking. But seriously, it's a good day in Philadelphia as Dave Dombrowski has made some moves as we welcome everyone into From the Nosebleeds. Seamus, Vince, and Pat, they're all here. Taylor is chugging some cheese curls in the corner. But seriously, a very good day
Plantain chips.
for the Philadelphia Phillies.
They're delicious.
They overall addressed every need that they had in ways. For example, grabbing Edmundo Sosa from the St. Louis Cardinals addresses infield depth and, incrementally speaking, being better defensively anywhere is going to help you win. And then today, of course, trading for David Robertson, who we know from years past, right, Pat? You remember David Robertson?
Yeah, the one game he pitched in 2019.
7 or 8, but, pretty much. And then the big splash, the caveman. We acquired a caveman today, and that would be center fielder Brandon Marsh from the Angels. And also Noah Syndergaard is here. Listen, we all wanted Rodon. We all wanted Pablo Lopez. None of those guys ended up moving, so I guess, not really a loss there for Dombrowski. He realized that Syndergaard was the best match. Don't know why the Tyler Mahle thing didn't work out, but they grabbed some depth in the rotation. So overall, a very good trade deadline for Dave Dombrowski, which makes this team, an already good team in a playoff spot right now, even better. What do you guys think?
I think they definitely improved the roster in that regard. I mean, you were very severely lacking in center fielder, obviously, with a guy named Odubel Herrera fucking playing there and just absolutely sucking. Like, literally day in, day out, just like missing plays, running the bases terribly. Like, simple things you would expect a Major League Baseball player to be able to do in his sleep. He couldn't read balls. He was just terrible.
He was awful. I mean, and he was painful to watch in a lot of ways. Like, for example, I remember when
it's baseball?
I remember when he threw the ball away into the stands with one or two outs. I mean, just like boneheaded plays like that, swinging at pitches that are 50 feet out of the strike zone. It's just, he's a disaster. Not having him on this team already makes them better. Not having Jerice Familia on the team already makes them better. There was a report, I don't know, I saw it on the pregame programming for the Phillies tonight as they begin a 2-game set in Atlanta, where the feeling was that when Thompson was addressing the press, that Familia actually felt a bit relieved because it was just day in, day out, night in, night out, just disastrous for him. And that was pretty much his entire tenure as a Phil, outside of a few nice moments for him. But overall, he hurt this team bad, and not having him on the roster is making them better. So it's good that both of those guys are gone. I like Marsh. I've always liked Marsh. Ruben Amaro Jr. on the pregame show today was a little overboard when he said he's one of the best young players in that division. That's a little overboard for me, but he's only 24, plus defender. The bat is something that he needs to work on. He's hitting like 224, 226 or something like that, but he does have 8 homers. So 24 years old, that's your answer in center field for at least the next couple of years.
And I mean, that sets you up nice to have him here for a couple of years and let Crawford develop down there.
Exactly.
In minors. So, I mean, if he comes up eventually,
yeah,
him and Harper are going to be a little dynamic duo out there in the outfield.
Absolutely. And who knows what's going to happen with Johan Rojas, too, who is developing quite nicely down there. So, yeah, it looks good for the Phillies right now.
And for all the gain that the Phillies had today, which is great, I think the best takeaway is that we lost 2 domestic abusers. So that's a win.
Yeah, that's definitely a win. Yeah, those guys kind of sucked on.
Also, I need to chime in real quick. Did you guys plan your outfits today, or?
No,
because
I'm actually wearing a Reese Hoskins
shirt. For those of you not watching the visual
podcast,
Seamus and Pat are both wearing a blue Philly shirtsy. Very cute.
Yes, And Taylor and Patrick can confirm that I'm wearing a Reese Hoskins jersey.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And I wrote
crazy
in
to think
Hos.
we would even have that.
It's Odubel Herrera actually.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I do
it's
have an
number-
Odubel Herrera All-Star shirt.
It's number 37, not 17.
No, it's number 17.
I don't believe you.
And I wrote in a pen Hosk out because fuck that guy, dude. I was hoping
Yeah, wait.
so
why don't
much.
you show off your hand tattoos too?
I do have a couple hand tattoos here. On my left, it says Marsh season, and on the right, it says Thor season. Not giving too much love to David Robertson because I don't have a third arm, but yeah, I'm pretty.
You could have wrote it on your forehead.
I'm pretty jacked up. We walked into the studio to John Barchard and Vince Quinn in here, and I was amped up about the Phillies. You know, Barchard being an Iowa guy, he's a big Cubs fan. So,
You mean on your walk-in?
you know, on my walk into the studio with radio veterans John Barchard and Vince Quinn, they saw how optimistic I was about the Phillies, and both of them tried to tear me down, like really tear me down, and that just gives me even more drive to root for the Eagles to be utterly miserable this season, so they can feel the same pain that I've been feeling with the Phillies. So hopefully it's a miserable Bell and the Birdmen season, and you know.
That is not a statement I condone.
No, I'm joking. I obviously hope the Eagles do well. But, I mean, to tear down, as Philadelphia sports fans, the Phillies is really, really, really...
Well, I mean, John's not a Philadelphia sports fan.
That's true, but
He's not from here.
He's not from here, but he's an Eagles fan, right? Like, so, you know, at least adopt the Phillies. I don't know, man. Whatever. We'll have him on next week. We'll have John on next week to talk about the Phillies. That was kind of like, you know... that would be like a roast, like the roast of Sheamus would be having John Barchard and Vince Quinn on the show, just because they would tear me down about my Phillies takes. But overall, I'm actually excited for this team. You get Harper back, you get Segura back. Taylor's over there in the corner shaking his head, but I really feel like this year is different. I don't know if you guys share that.
Listen,
I don't know if you share that sentiment.
I think that there was a good shot they were going to grab a wild card this year, like just based off the team that they were. And with, you know, the addition of another wild card spot in the playoffs. But I feel like with these moves, I feel like at this point it isn't like as crazy as years past to say like the Phillies are probably going to sneak into that third wild card spot?
The third wild card spot.
Yeah.
And you would think,
Listen.
barring a huge turnaround by Thor, it's probably going to be Wheeler, Nola, and I don't know. Are they going to put Thor in a Game 3 wild card? I don't know. It'll probably be Gibson. But we'll see. I mean, that's like way too far down the line right now.
All I know is
we'll see. At least they have some more options.
There's a good possibility that this year will be the first year in my entire life I can watch a Phillies playoff game and drink a goddamn beer, and that's all I've wanted for a decade.
Oh, dude, inject that into my veins, dude. Put it like an IV of beer and streamline it.
We've had conversations before about, you know, the identity of the sports town and shit, and people are always debating, you know, because people love to debate. Oh, it's a football town, it's a baseball town. Who fucking cares? All I know is this town is electric when the Phillies are good. Red October is amazing, and like the vibes are just different. Like, who doesn't love the fall? First of all, just the weather, the atmosphere. Throw a little playoff baseball into that. The town feels good. Like, there's nothing better than that whole mix of emotions right there.
How about the Birds playing simultaneously on the same day as a fucking Phillies playoff game? There's nothing more sweet than that. Oh my God! And then the major networks got to shake up the games. Maybe an Eagles game will get bumped to nighttime because the Phillies are playing a day wild card game. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? I'm just saying. These are the things that get me excited.
Would never happen.
These are the things that happen, dude. That they happened in playoffs past. They've happened. The games have been flexed for the Phillies. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Eagles and playing at the same time the Phillies are playing meaningful baseball games, dude. I can't stop thinking about that. I really can't. All I want to do is see James Harden and Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid sitting at a Phillies playoff game and rooting them on to victory. And, dude, you know what? I think it's going to happen.
Harden's probably a Stros fan.
Probably because he's from Houston, right? Or he's
not from.
He's
Houston,
not from. But the career he's sent there, yeah, that's fine. But Maxey, he better be a Phillies fan. You know, where's he from?
Texas.
Oh, he's probably an Astros fan as well. But listen, that'll be a fun World Series when the Phillies get obliterated by the Astros.
While we're on the
No, but in
topic
all
of
seriousness,
other
Injected
teams,
into my veins.
the first like big news of the day, I think. I mean, I was at work, so I wasn't fully checking as the time went by. But Juan Soto to
Big
the
fan.
Padres is crazy.
That's crazy.
The Padres are gonna win it all, dude.
But here's the thing about the
If
Padres.
Tatis Jr. can stay healthy,
Listen, dude,
Yeah.
who
It's a big
cares
if.
about Tatis Jr.? You don't think they'll be good without
Oh,
Tatis
no.
Jr., with
Listen,
Juan
no,
Soto, Josh Bell,
No, I mean they already have been too. That's the other
Cronenworth?
thing.
gonna-
It's like-
Exactly.
they're gonna be good regardless. I'm just saying, like with that bat in the lineup, it's gonna be pretty unstoppable.
They are sick. But they did lose Luke Voigt, and they did lose Eric Hosmer. Boo-hoo. Dude, Eric Hosmer is going to be hated in San
Didn't-
Diego for
didn't-
all eternity. Uh-oh. That would be Dave Dombrowski. Dave, are you there? Dave, welcome to From the Nosebleeds. How are
That's
you, buddy?
That's like the millionth fucking scam call I've gotten in the last week. Excuse me, everybody.
Maybe it was
Is it
Odubel.
someone's trying to sell you Phillies playoffs tickets?
That might have been Odubel. That was
I
a good
got a-
call there, Taylor.
I
It
got a
might have been
call-
either Odubel or Jurice.
I got a call earlier this week, and you know how like sometimes it'll say spam risk. This one just said political call.
Yeah, I've been getting
Oh,
them
well,
too
that's
from
Joe Biden.
Harrisburg.
That's Joe Biden calling you.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi's
Hey,
all
Jack.
over the place. Isn't
That's communism.
what's
at
going
its
on with
finest.
Nancy Pelosi?
Is this Donald?
No,
Well,
you're wrong.
all right.
Truth
Anyway,
social will
excuse-
prevail.
Excuse me. Oh man, listen. The next time I'm in studio, I'm telling everybody right now, I am doing that experiment where I'm creating a Truth Social account and seeing if I can get banned in an hour.
Vince,
Which
Vince,
should
you
be
should
easy.
do
you better
that
hurry
tonight.
up. Yeah.
I would do that like tonight. I think you should get
All right.
on that because that would be amazing. Just tweet out a bunch of liberal soy boy shit and see how long you'll last on that platform. Maybe Donald Trump himself will respond to one of your posts.
All right,
Listen,
we're
I have
only,
very
like,
large hands.
we're-
I don't know why this man's saying I have tiny hands.
They're
We're only, like,
large.
10
I mean,
minutes
they
into
are
the
large
Very
hands.
large.
We're only like 10 minutes into the show. I guess I'll start now. I'm downloading the app, so let's see how long this takes. It's 8:01.
Yeah.
All right. See,
Wait, can we real quick? Fox News just shoving Trump aside.
yeah, but that's a smart move by Fox News because the Trumpian era is going to come to an end because Ron DeSantis is going to be their new face.
Ugh.
So Ron DeSantis is a
Ugh.
young guy. He's going to be around for a long time. Trump is nearing the end. I mean,
Kinda
let's
hope
be
he gets
honest.
shot.
Listen, I don't advocate for violence on the airwaves here.
Have
No,
you
I've
seen
been-
have you seen the new look?
What?
Who?
Trump?
No.
Yeah, he looks
He looks-
bloated, like even
He
more
looks
bloated.
bad.
He looks like a copy of himself. Like, melted.
You think Donald Trump would come on From the Nosebleeds, given Vince's vitriolic
At this point,
behavior?
he's dying for a platform.
Dude, I would love to have Donald Trump on this podcast and like convinces people that we're some like right-wing lunatic show, and he'll be like, "Hey, Seamus, it's great to see you're gonna do big things in life. Let me tell you, if you love Trump, it's gonna be amazing. Vince, you too, babe." But that's gonna
I
be
think
fun.
Vince's parents would like officially invite him back into the family.
Yeah, but like Vince is gonna destroy Donald Trump. If we have
From-
Donald Trump,
I don't think Vince would have the balls to do it.
you don't think so? You don't.
No.
Dude, it's kind of like me and Taylor. Your point last week when you said if Reese Hoskins walks in here, you'll quote melt. Right? That may be true. I would like to think that it's not, but I have a feeling that if Vince ran into Donald Trump and convinced, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he would shake his hand. I really do think he would shake
You
his
think
hand. Vince,
I
am I
would
wrong?
shake hands with Donald Trump?
Yes.
If you
Yes,
saw
I do
him,
too.
You would
Yes.
cripple.
If
you
you-
would cripple under
Yes.
the anxiety.
listen, if you saw Donald Trump at the Fox Chase Acme, I guarantee you would go up to that man and shake his hand.
I
And
would
you'll be like,
shake
dude, he's a
Donald
celebrity.
Trump's-
I mean,
I would
there's
sh-
nothing to do with politics.
I would
Not
shake
that bad.
Donald
It's
Trump's hand.
it's a past
me
president. Guys. I
finish.
had to get a picture.
I would shake Donald Trump's hand only if my own hand was coated in ricin.
Oh, here
Oh,
we go.
wow.
Well, then you'd be dead
Yeah, you
before
I-
you even
I
got to
would-
shake his hand.
I would sacrifice myself if man. Never mind.
Vince,
I'm
I
gonna get
know you
run
would crumble. I know
There's-
you would crumble just because you wouldn't read that text the other week.
Vince,
Yes,
Vince,
yes.
I think you would
Taylor's
thoroughly,
100% right.
thoroughly
There's
enjoy
no
Donald
shot in
Trump's
the-
presence.
There's no shot in the world I would shake hands with him.
I
Yes, you would.
disagree. I disagree.
No, I
you
would
would
not.
just be like starstruck, I think.
No,
I
I think
know
you would be
I-
start.
no,
You'd be like,
I-
"Oh,
I-
dude, the guy from The Apprentice."
Hold on. I know I'm laughing, but I couldn't be any more serious. I wouldn't
I
like
don't
go out
believe
of my
that.
way to start a confrontation,
Full
but
of
I
it.
also would not shake hands with Donald Trump.
Would
I
you, would you shove him?
All right, put it
No,
this
I
way.
wouldn't shove
Would
him. I
you
wouldn't
shake
touch
hands
him. I
with
wouldn't
Rudy?
talk to him. I would walk by him.
If you
And I'd be
saw
Would you
like-
grab his toupee off his head?
if you saw Rudy Giuliani at the Planet Fitness in Fox Chase, would
I
you,
would
you say
say-
something to him?
I would stay far away from
Vince is
Rudy
on
Giuliani
steroids, keep in mind.
because if I even fell into him or something, he might sue me for assault. You saw that video of the guy?
Assault!
Yeah,
Assault!
I would go out of my way to make sure I didn't go anywhere near him.
All right, let's
All right,
continue this
let's
game
be
just
honest,
for a
yeah.
little bit more. Hold on. We're going to continue this game. Listen, all right, so here's a little
Sarah
bit more
Palin.
of an outlier.
Would you bang Sarah Palin?
If you came across...
No, seriously, would you?
I would
Vince.
totally fuck Sarah Palin.
Vince, would you bang Sarah Palin?
My girlfriend might listen to this podcast, so the only Sarah I'm
She's
banging
got-
is,
Ah,
Yeah, but
you
Sarah Palin's
fucking
got an
lame.
age too.
I would bang the conservative right out of Sarah Palin.
No, you wouldn't.
That's what I would do.
Sarah
Well, she
Palin's
wouldn't
Vince,
too
if
do
you
old.
were
Palin,
not in a
probably.
relationship.
Sarah
No,
Okay,
I'm into
John
the
McCain,
MILFs.
Sarah Palin. John McCain, Sarah Palin.
Yeah, I
Would you
guess.
fuck John McCain and Sarah Palin?
I would not fuck
would you
John McCain.
would you be in an orgy with John McCain's dead corpse and Sarah Palin? No, I probably wouldn't be, but if Palin's involved, maybe I would.
You totally would.
All right, but let's continue this game real quick. If you saw Ken Rosenthal at the Fox Chase Recreation Center, what would you do? Would you shake his hand? Would you like say, "Hey, how's the weather down there?" Would you do something like that?
Listen, if I ever said to anybody, "How's the weather down there?" That'd be shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, Ken
Rosenthal.
Rosenthal's like 3 feet
Yeah,
tall.
he's a small person.
Vince, what's that bar you like to go to?
Curly's Pub.
Which one?
Yeah, Curly's.
So-
I
Alright,
just went
wait,
there on Friday.
Wait, if
What an establishment.
if you walk into Curly's and Ben Simmons is getting a drink,
Oh, that's the
Oh, that's
best
a good
one
one.
yet.
What are you doing?
Ben Simmons.
What are you doing, Vince? Yeah.
Ben
I would-
Simmons.
I would be the least of Ben Simmons' worries, because
No,
I'm
but like
tame
No.
compared to what other
Jesus.
people
What would
do.
you do,
Answer
Vince?
it.
no, but
Stop
Taylor,
dodging the question.
But Taylor,
what would you do?
Here's why I don't like the bar setting. Like I'm saying, like sober Vince, because like I feel like sober Vince would absolutely shake Donald Trump's hand, would absolutely
No, I
fuck
wouldn't.
Sarah Palin, would absolutely do all these things.
Sarah Palin is yes, you're right.
yes,
Now Sarah,
clipping it to his girlfriend right
Vince's,
now.
Vince's girlfriend, if you're listening, I apologize. I had to like get that out of him for the bit.
Your boyfriend's disgusting.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. No, I'm joking.
Listen,
no,
Ben
He
Simmons
would
would
bang a candidate with a dead man.
yes. Well, no, I would do that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're getting your Dagos confused there, kid. No, but Vince, one more name I have for you, okay? And this is a good one because it relates to today. If you're walking around the Fox Chase, right? You're strolling around the Fox Chase. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbor in Fox Chase. And walking down the street, say he's walking his dog or something, you see Odubel Herrera. Now, in theory, you would recognize Odubel because
Would
Odubel,
you?
yeah, Odubel Herrera, yeah, he's got like a distinct braids. He's got distinct braids. So if you saw Odubel Herrera with that awful haircut, would you say something to him?
No, I'm not. I am not a confrontational
I don't buy
person.
it at all. That is wrong. I think you would go up to Odubel and say thank you for your services in Philadelphia. I think you would get an autograph. All right, who's another one that's like easily recognizable? If you
This
saw
is a crazy bit.
drum roll, please. If you saw
Way better than baseball.
It's way better than who's more athletic.
No, wait, who's definitely like recognizable? Let's see here.
Noah Syndergaard.
No. He's too recognizable.
Bryce Harper.
I would go-
Carson Wentz.
I would
Carson
go. Yes,
Wentz.
I would go Carson
Yeah.
Wentz. If you saw Carson Wentz, what would you do?
I would laugh in his face.
I am once
honestly.
again not confrontational. I would probably walk by these people and then like text the group like, "Holy shit, I just saw Carson Wentz."
No, you
No
wouldn't.
way. I'm not going to continue this because
What
it's
do
the
you
same
guys think I
mundane-
would do? I'm so
You would
confused.
you would crumble and melt. You would
There's
crumble and melt.
Taylor, they aren't confronting me.
No, but
All right. Well, what if they confronted you?
Vince, what if
what
there's
if-
you're that
Oh,
freaking
you
Freaking
dropped.
asshole?
what?
Oh, you dropped your keys, sir. Oh, you dropped your jaw, sir. It's on the ground.
What if they all listen to the podcast?
You guys
Like
need to give me
somehow,
a real
like
scenario here.
Like Odubel Herrera listens to the podcast, and he's like, "Hey, listen, man. Like, listen, you've destroyed me on that show, and like, listen, it's all good. Like, would you accept the kind of like a sharing of wreaths or whatever, olive branch? That's what I was going for.
Sharing of wreaths.
A breeze?
No, not
Sharing
wreaths.
a breeze?
Sharing of
Wreaths like they put on the
Seamus'
door.
Hosk all the way in
No,
on
you
that
don't
one.
think you don't think an olive branch is similar to a Christmas wreath? Because I've always gotten those.
What the fuck are you talking
I don't
about?
know. Odubel Herrera wants to squash the beef with you, Vince.
This is why you don't drink 24 ounces of coffee after 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
When it's 9 in the afternoon.
Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Seamus' heart is the
Sorry,
size of the moon.
I'm
Yes.
currently working
So
on
Vince,
getting
so
kicked off
basically,
Truth.
so any famous person who you disagree with, you would just walk by them.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, that's another one.
All right, Marjorie
Mm.
Taylor Greene, I would probably just be like, if I would probably make a comment to her.
Yeah, but
Would
what
you
would
spit-
you say? What would you say to her?
Would you
Yeah.
spit on her?
What would you
I
say to
don't know,
Tucker
whatever-
Carlson if you
whatever
saw
you
him at
Oh
the
my-
local
if I
Acme?
Okay, I am dead ass serious now. If I saw Tucker Carlson, I would fucking shame him.
No, you would
Shame
not.
him?
I think you would get.
What, you would
get
sick
a picture.
Seamus on him?
You would get a picture with Tucker Carlson. I know you would,
Taylor,
because
I mean,
I
not Taylor,
probably would.
Seamus.
And
No,
I
let's
hate
just-
Tucker Carlson.
Dude, you are just making shit up.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the show. I just make shit up, man. I don't agree with anything I say. It's just blabbering. No, but in all seriousness, I would take a picture with Tucker Carlson because he's famous. Like
That's a
because I'm a
terrible,
star
terrible thing
fucker.
Would you
do.
tell him to listen to the? Would you
Uh,
tell him to listen to the podcast?
Yeah, I would
All
tell
right,
him to
good,
listen to the
good.
podcast. I would try to get the conservative nature out of him, and it would be a nice interaction. Like, for example, I've contemplated the remark that Taylor made to me, like probably every night before I went to bed about Reese Hoskins, and the more I think about it,
Him
the,
walking into
the
the
more
room.
if
Yeah.
Reese Hoskins walked into the studio, I would get up, shake his hand, and probably ask for a picture. Now, does that mean I still want him on my baseball
No, it
team?
means you're a fraud.
Yeah, it kind of does mean I'm a fraud.
Yeah.
But, like, see, I like getting pictures with famous people. Like,
Right.
I loved getting a picture with Villanova superstar Corey Fisher. I loved that. I share that every time it comes up in my memories. The
On the Facebook?
The Jeremy Macklin picture I have is awesome. The Shane Victorino picture I have is awesome. I love meeting famous people pretty much, and it's really
Barely
fun.
famous.
Like,
Did you ever meet Regis?
by the way, if I buy FanFest tickets for 97.5 The Fanatic,
Oh, you're.
oh my
no way.
God, dude! I would take a picture with everyone, man. Just me and Tunis and Gargano hanging
Well, I mean,
out.
all you got to do for that is go to Jimmy's house in Mulk Hill.
Yeah, I know. Our friend of the show, Jimmy, lives right next door to the Cuz. But yeah, me at FanFest, you will see me ultimate.
It'll be worse than him at a strip club.
star fuck.
Oh. God, I can't imagine.
No, you can come Saturday night if you didn't want to reel in the
He's got the
years.
Steely Dan.
Yeah.
You don't
He's
have to
coming.
reel.
He's coming to Lou Turk's after Steely Dan though. It's just
Yeah,
a surprise we can't tell you.
Donald, what how do you say his last name?
Bacon.
Fagan. I'm sure he'll come. I'm sure the Fagan's going to be there. And George Becker's ghost is going to be there too, or whatever
Walter.
that Walter. George Becker's a dude I went to the grade school with. No relation. But yeah, Walter Becker's ghost could be there. It could be a good time, man. The other
So far, there's like 3 people coming to Seamus' party. It's gonna be pretty
And a
lit.
dead guy.
So I made a Facebook thing for my birthday party. I'm turning 26 on the 8th. I'm having a celebration on
The
the
6th.
6th, which is a
Yeah.
Saturday. And I
And
invited
Vince isn't going.
I invited like 100 people on Facebook, and like 6 said they can come.
And one of them wasn't Vince.
And one of them was not Vince. Vince actually said he couldn't go. Mike Johnston, in front of the show, said he can't go. I mean, what do I do to these people?
Gux can't go.
Gux can't go because he thinks Father Judge Pride is important. It's just unbelievable. Like the amount of hate. And,
I actually might not go.
if O'Leary doesn't go, I might just end it all. Like I might kill myself if O'Leary doesn't go. And I'm not saying that to like.
Wait, what if the cuz showed up?
If the cause showed up, my heart would absolutely stop. Seriously. I tell you what, if you surprised me using your radio connections,
I don't know him.
If you
I
Vince,
don't know him.
if
I've
you
never met
Vince
him.
Quinn and John Barchard all got together and said, "Oh, Seamus is a nice guy. Let's do something nice for him," and you got Anthony Gargano.
Is this your wet dream?
Yes. If you got Anthony Gargano to come in mid-show, I think I would come.
Come in mid-show.
I would come mid-show Dude, if I saw Gargano, I would give him the biggest bear hug in the entire world. He looks like the best hugger on the planet. Like, just, Jameis, Jameis, Primo, Primos. Yeah, dude, I would lose it, man. So Thor's gonna be really good for the Phillies with the ERA slightly under 4. But Vince, I know you wanted to pivot to. Did we lose Vince?
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
I know we wanted to pivot to,
especially about your birthday.
I know you wanted to hit
Yeah,
off-
wait, Vince, why aren't you going to be at his
Yeah, by the
birthday?
way, why aren't you coming?
Yeah.
I am going on a family vacation.
Oh.
By the way, family
He
vacation.
cares about his family who doesn't
meaning
even like him more than Seamus.
He's going down the shore with people who hate him for his political views for the 5th time this summer. Instead of just staying here for a weekend and like having fun with me and Pat, when he could easily stay at my
Well,
house.
I mean, me and him hung out already on Friday, so.
I know, but like the point is, like, I wanted to get him to Barnes.
Me and Pat did some
I
Jameson
wanted to-
shots, some Tully shots.
But like, why can't you do that with me on Saturday?
Because you didn't
I just
come
can't.
on
I
Friday.
just yeah.
But
I
why
just
can't he do it
weekend.
for my birthday? But I know that. But like, you're going down the shore. I repeat, with people who hate you, and like people at my birthday party love you. Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a weird, like self-deprecating thing that you're doing, and it's really it's bringing me down. Like, I'm excited about the Phillies now, but it's bringing me down. Like the fact that none of my friends are coming to my birthday party. My brother, who knows? You know, so my
No,
dad.
He's coming. He's
My
coming.
dad said he would go.
Oh, your dad's going?
No, he said he
Taylor
would
might
go.
have to
I
come.
might have to sell tickets.
My dad said he would come if need be.
What does that mean?
I told him that nobody likes me, pretty much, and that nobody's
So it's
coming.
just you and your dad and Barnaby.
Dude, I
His
invited.
dad doesn't even drink. You should be sitting there getting drunk by himself.
Dude, I invited people that are going to be working there just so I can get like a yes response. Like, I dead ass did that. Like, 2 of the bartenders I invited, and they're already going to be there.
Is
and they
your
were,
brother going?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to go.
Oh,
And Eric, actually.
Eric said he's going to go.
wow.
We
Seamus
love.
was very excited.
We
about
love the
that.
Crichtons.
Although me, Eric, and Pat might just go somewhere else.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but I'm excited for Eric to come. I'll pick his brain about, you know, whatever he's got going on in that cobwebbed mind of his, and, you know, we can have a good time. An idea of a good time for Eric Creighton is saying, oh, wow, the Phillies are on. And then that's it. That's about, like, the full extent of the conversation you're going to have with the kid. But
That's not true.
other than that, he's
Hey-
got nice tattoos, and he's a good-looking kid.
Hey, Vince,
Yes.
can I use your family dynamics as content?
Yeah, I don't care.
What is
So
that?
so
what does
how
that mean?
so how often are politics being brought up when we're on like a family trip?
Little to never.
Well, because they've already
Um,
made their decision that
when
you're
we-
scum.
One of our earlier vacations this summer, when we were in the car on the way down the Wildwood, Roe v. Wade came down. So naturally, that came up in conversation.
Boy.
No, but
Now,
the
when you
thing
say
is,
Roe v. Wade came down, like you were in the car and like somebody said
when the
Roe versus Wade
decision-
overturned.
like we
like,
were in the
like,
car
is
when
that,
the new,
like-
when we were in the car and I got a notification and that news like was breaking. But the thing is that wasn't really
And
an
why would
awkward
you say that
conversation.
aloud?
That wasn't really an awkward conversation though, because my parents mostly fall on like my side with the topic of abortion.
That's
Oh,
that's
wow.
that's a strong move by your parents on
Yeah.
that one. Why do they vote for people who
Yeah, no, trust me. This is a
you know
this
what I
is
mean?
Strongly
this
oppose
is
it.
this is a fallacy that I've gotten into with them multiple times, but it just like goes in one ear and out the other.
See, at least my family is like so pro life that it's like, oh yeah, like abortion is totally murder.
It's
No
yeah,
matter
I guess,
what. Like, so at
be
least they're like
consistent.
yeah, they're very consistent in their craziness. And you got to respect that after, you know, years of living with them. It's just, you know, whatever at this point. But it's funny that my brother and I have become like communists as a result of
Yeah.
it. So, you know.
Yeah,
It's all
I
good,
can
but
relate to
yeah.
that.
But you know what, Vince? I'm getting the vibes that the virtual shows for me, they're not as interesting because like I need you here in the flesh. You know what I mean? Like I kind of need you to be here.
He
Listen,
wants to touch your flesh.
I'm working on it. Listen, the thing is, right now for the people at home, I'm working out in media,
For
so
doable.
which is about an hour, well, a little further up the media, down further. But it's about an hour away from me. So it's like in the morning at 5 a.m. I'm driving an hour to media, then an hour home at 1:45.
What do you think Pat and Seamus have been doing?
What do
Well,
you mean?
Pat, I haven't been driving.
Oh, yeah, Pat.
Yeah, I can't drive.
Listen,
You're gonna have
it's
to learn
just
soon.
I just don't feel like making
No.
the trip to and from media at 6 a.m. and then to and from media at 7 p.m.
No, I understand, man. Listen, life's
Hey,
hard.
he doesn't want to be there for
but-
Seamus' birthday. I get it.
But
Yeah.
I will.
But he
be
wants
ma-
to
I will
drive
be
7
moving
hours to the Jersey Shore. You know,
soon. I'm not driving.
that's okay. Are you? By the way, who's driving to the shore?
My
when you're gonna
brother's
miss my
driving
party.
me after work.
Your brother, who's what, 7?
No, my brother who is 20.
Your brother's 20 years old already?
I have it.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I remember when he was a young whippersnapper. You know? I do remember. But yeah,
yeah,
we
I would
can't
say
wait to
that's
have you
the most-
back.
I would say that's the most political it's ever gotten on a family trip.
So while we're on politics, I have gotten to the point where I just agree with people who have opposing political opinions just to get out of conversations, pretty much. Like, I don't want to argue with people. Like, for example, they come into work. I work at a pizza shop, and the customers are like, yeah, can I get a slice of pizza? And by the way, fuck Joe Biden because he's a piece of shit. We need Trump back. I'll honestly find myself saying, yeah, I know, man, Trump was great. I don't mean any of that. I just want to, not talk about politics.
You're just a brown noser.
Yeah, I'm a brown noser. I'm a people pleaser,
Well,
and that comes with its faults.
I do that at work essentially.
Yeah, because I'm sure you work. See, the union is an industry in which there are a lot of racists, I would imagine.
The union is
No,
weird
seriously.
because
What do
the
you mean?
union
There's a
The
lot of
union-
old white guys in the union.
well, it's weird because the union itself is democratic because Democrats typically support unions more than Republicans, but a lot of the individual members are like a lot of them are pro Trump and shit.
Yeah, which is
which-
voting against their own interests, of course.
Well, yes, exactly.
But by the way, this is Stars and Gripes, the political podcast,
Well, by the
morphing
way-
into From the Nosebleeds.
We will have another episode of that soon. There's just been not too much going on, but we're starting to pick back up out there. So stay tuned.
I mean, there's always something to talk about. We don't need like a 9/11, to do the podcast or something.
No,
I mean,
you're-
that
that's
would
okay.
help because it's something to talk about.
All right,
But and
no.
it would probably help Castellanos swing the
Oh.
bat a little better.
National
I have
tragedy
a
would be
good-
great for
Yep.
content.
I-
yeah.
Oh, it'd be
Yep.
it was great for CNN, wasn't it? 9/11 was probably their best thing before Trump. It was definitely 9/11. And
I
then
do
invading a
have,
different country that didn't attack us illegally, that was also good for ratings.
I do have another topic that I guess we can use the politic talk to bounce right into, and it is a little bit more on the serious side. But Deshaun Watson's suspension
I'll see myself
came
out.
in, and it came down to 6 games, which obviously is highly controversial because Calvin Ridley gets 6 games. Josh Gordon's career is ruined because of weed. Martavis Bryant is still banned indefinitely because of weed. And like I said, Calvin Ridley most recently was banned or suspended for a whole year because of gambling. And for the context in that, for anyone that doesn't know, he gambled on a game that he didn't play in for his team, and he bet on them to win. So I don't really see what the problem is there, but I get it. You can't let them do that. So you got to give a suspension. But a year compared to 6 games for a guy who allegedly sexually assaulted 24 women. Now, the thing is,
It's
in
just
rebuttal,
the NFL just continuing to suck.
well, yeah, in rebuttal to what I just said,
So,
you will
but
hear the
also-
art. Oh, go ahead, Pat.
Also, with that, so apparently this was given by an independent person, like not the NFL themselves. She recommended a 6-game suspension.
Excuse me, she recommended
The
a
judge,
6-game
the
suspension?
judge that looked
wow.
over, yes, she recommended a 6-game suspension. And apparently the NFL itself is going to appeal that, and it'll most likely end up being a full year suspension.
Well, that's
But-
good.
is what's coming around right now. But right now it's at 6 just because that's
Well-
the judge that ruled on the whole thing said 6.
Well, hopefully it does end up being a full game suspension because what a horrific precedent that would set.
yeah, right.
I mean, really,
Yeah,
really
I
bad.
mean, when you look at
And-
similar offenses, Ben Roethlisberger got 6 for 1.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
One accusation.
One accusation.
Again, same kind of situation. They settled out of court. Blah, blah,
How many
blah.
does Watson have up to now? Like over 50?
I mean,
24.
they met with they met with like 50 some women. I think the Texans did.
Mm.
Or sorry, he met with 50 some women only about 30 came forward.
Dude, I know
And
we're
only
not.
about 20 some cases.
I
Actually
know
stuck
we're
a
not
little bit.
talking about the specifics of the case, but I mean, just to
Oh.
like read some of the accusations. I mean, this guy is
It's
like
horrible.
very, very.
Because
fucked up.
I am gonna talk about this shit because I want to rant a little bit. And real quick before I even get into this, trigger warning for sexual assault. Literally though, I know that if you don't want to hear about that, I get it. It's traumatic. Skip forward a couple minutes because I want to rant real quick. What I just said in refute to what I said about the 24 allegations, you will hear people, you will see them comment things like, but he wasn't found guilty in a court of law. Well, what happened is he was found not guilty in a court of law, but the only reason that happened is because there's no evidence. Sexual assault and or rape is one of the hardest things to prove in a court of law because what proof is there? I know this is going to make you laugh, but take this seriously for a second. Seamus and Pat, if Pat grabbed Seamus's ass in that room right now when the cameras were off and no one was there to see it, how is there any proof that it happened just unless it's Seamus's word? It's just one person's word against another's word. So there's no way to prove it. And when 24 women accuse you, like I'm inclined to believe at least one of them is telling the truth. And then you have the issue of like the only way women could really prove, and I know this is a little bit different, like rape or sexual assault is if they were to, contact somebody right after, get medical procedures done right after. And for most women, that experience is traumatizing and it takes a while to come to terms with what happened to you. And then you come forward about it months, maybe years later. But the point is, it's in no one's like hands to tell women when they should come forward. Like, oh, why are they all coming forward now? Maybe because they saw one woman step up and they felt more empowered and they felt more brave and they thought like, you know what, I'm not fighting alone now, and I have someone backing me up here. Like it's always some bullshit conspiracy with these people. And like I just don't get it, man. But it just pisses me off because people are so dismissive of something so horrible because he wasn't found guilty in a court of law. Doesn't mean shit. There's no proof. It's dumb, and all I know is I have two favorite teams in the NFL this year: the Eagles and whoever the fuck plays against the Browns. And listen, it sucks to say that because I've always said I love the Browns fans. Like they were awesome. They've been through so much, so many years of being bad, and then the organization makes a scumbag move to fucking first of all even acquire Watson, but to give him the contract they did, where you could give him all that guaranteed money so he wouldn't get hurt in the case of a suspension. And you see videos of him returning to practice today, like all these fucking dudes looking for autographs. I hope every single woman that works for the fucking Browns walks out on the first time he plays because it's bullshit and it's kind of a disgrace to women everywhere. And it just goes to show the NFL gives more of a shit about gambling than sexual assault.
Yeah, and that's a very, very sad situation that the NFL has created, and an awful precedent. Yeah,
truly,
it's
literally
it's terrible. But like going back to the whole like just because like you weren't found guilty in a court of law, it's like I know everyone goes back to this example, but I think everyone in the entire world knows that O.J. Simpson murdered people and got away with it. So I think that that's a kind of like a bullshit argument. Listen,
there's
I think it's
no way you.
I don't know how you can. Yeah, I don't know how you can tell somebody that something didn't happen to them. Like I just don't understand how you can say that. And by the way, there are cases where people do lie, but you have to you can't assume that everyone is lying, especially when there's so much smoke.
I was gonna say I agree with you. Like and even when it's like one or two women, usually I fall on the side of I usually trust the women until I'm proven otherwise. But listen, even if you are one of those skeptical people where like one woman accuses him and you're like, oh, she's just doing it for clout. Dude, it's 24 women. And you know what else doesn't scream innocence to me? Paying multiple $1 million payments to these women for them to settle instead of going to civil court. If you were so innocent,
nothing says guilty more than that.
If you were so innocent, why wouldn't you go to civil court and prove your name? Listen, I know I'm not Deshaun Watson, but let's say hypothetically I had the money to pay these women off. Let's say I was accused of rape, and I said, "Hey, this woman is completely lying about what this and all that." I either have the choice to pay her off and not go to civil court, or I could go to court and, clear my name. I would choose to go to court and clear my name because otherwise it's going to follow you for the rest of your life. And now that's happened with Deshaun Watson. If he's so innocent, why aren't you going to court to get your name cleared? Why are you paying millions of dollars for these women essentially to keep their mouths shut? Didn't the Texans also make these massage? didn't the Texans also make these massage therapists sign NDAs like back when he first got
I
with them?
believe so.
What?
And quite frankly, I think the the main reason that he didn't go to court was because then he'd have to be on the commissioner's exempt list because it's the middle of a hearing and it would drag out for years and then he wouldn't be able to play. And I'm not defending him at all, but that's just the fact of the matter is that obviously guys that are in the NFL, guys that have that special kind of privilege, really have the money to do that, are able to do that. And it sucks.
I get it. I
'Cause
guess
then
I would just
you can't bear all the details.
Yeah, I guess I would just be clamoring to like get my name cleared from like a horrible thing that I didn't do if I
Yeah.
was in the situation. But again, I think it's pretty obvious. Like I just said, the fucking Texans had them sign NDAs. What the fuck do you need your massage therapist signing NDAs for? Like it's completely
Mhm.
ridiculous. It's a terrible thing, and all I know is I hope the fucking Browns lose every fucking game that he plays in this year. That's it. That's all I can say about it. And what I will say
And
about it is
hopefully he just doesn't play.
yeah, well, yeah, also that. But thank God. Remember when there was a lot of smoke around Deshaun Watson to the Eagles back months ago.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh my God.
thank God that didn't pan out, and I don't have to worry because it really would have been a moral conundrum for myself. Because I would not have wanted to root for the Eagles if they had a fucking predator at quarterback. Sorry, but
It would have been
I
an absolute
some
clown show.
some things go above fandom, and like people would, I don't know, fucking certain people would be like, oh, stop being so fucking woke, I guess is the word that they would use, because that's just a end all be all word for those people. But I don't give a fuck. Some things are bigger than sports, and I am not gonna fucking watch the biggest player on my team be accused of 24 counts of sexual assault.
Well, I
Yeah.
think it's kind of similar to like the whole like it's easy to root for Odubel Herrera and Jurice Familia to fail just because of like their off the field behavior and how horrific it was. So it's kind of like the same thing. It's like, why would you want somebody like that on your team? Just it's like the same thing with Deshaun Watson. I
Yeah.
don't care his ability. He definitely has talent. There's no doubt about
You
that.
need like
But
I
I
know
think
I know that it's a business, man, but like at some point you gotta have some morals.
Yeah.
yeah, and the NFL
But-
seems to be at least at the upper echelons of the league seems to be
Yeah.
lacking morals.
Yeah.
And that's yeah.
I mean, that's
just,
why John Runyon got out. Like, I remember he was a senator, obviously, and then he went to the NFL and became the NFL rules commissioner, and he even got out of there because he was just like, this is a lot of it's bullshit, and he tried to clean it up, but it didn't work.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
just an
don't-
unfortunate situation.
I don't have much more else to say about that. It just pisses me off. And if like I said, I just hope that he plays bad. But while we're on the topic of the NFL and football, listen. The last time we talked about training camp, we briefly mentioned that Jalen Hurts, because it was after the first day, I believe, had played well in that practice. He played well, and that was it. I think we all came to the same consensus that practice doesn't really matter, but like playing good is better than playing bad. Because like if he was playing bad, it'd be a whole story. And now, as the days have gone on, he hasn't played as well. He's played a little bit worse. According to reports, the defense does look amazing. Jalen doesn't look great. And I guess I just wanted to double down because it's been a big narrative in the media the last couple of days. I wanted to double down on my stance that, listen, I didn't overreact when he played well in practice. I said cool, it's good that he's playing fine, but like I also have the same opinion when he's playing bad. Like I don't really care that much. It's practice. Like they're trying things out. They're still getting down chemistry with a guy like AJ Brown, who's now your primary receiver. Like you're figuring things out. Like you're trying new things. You're doing things differently. I really don't care. Listen, also you got to remember they're doing short practices. It's going to take a little longer to gel. They probably won't start looking really like a well-oiled machine until the end of training camp. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just how I look at it. I
Yeah.
don't overreact either way, one way or the other. If he plays good, great. We don't have to hear people like, oh, we need to find someone else. And if he plays bad, like who cares, dude? It's just practice. That's the way I look at it. What is your guys' opinion?
My philosophy for the NFL is this: nothing matters until week 1. Nothing matters. I don't care if you have a shitty training camp, especially if you're a quarterback, dude. We have to see what he's made of in an actual game. And I know it's fun to like retweets if certain players are doing well, and then you every year there's like random standouts in training camp that sometimes amount to absolutely nothing, and sometimes go on to have some success in the NFL. But overall, I think training camp has lost a lot of lost a lot of excitement with regards to like how long they practice and the hitting stuff, and not being in Lehigh still is like kind of like a negative for a lot of people because people used to make that like a whole thing. Like it used to be a
Well-
vacation to go up to Lehigh and watch the Eagles practice. And
I
stuff.
I mean,
so that's lost kind of like the entertainment value a little bit.
I think though right now, like we're going through a period right now where it seems like training camp is being analyzed more than ever. Like, and that goes for everybody, like all teams.
But
and
that's weird because, I mean, aren't most practices now like 30 minutes or like an hour?
they're like an hour, yeah. They
So like,
according
how
to-
much can you learn? How much can you learn from a player either way in that short like period of time? I mean, I don't
Exactly.
know. I just think it's not smart to overanalyze it, but it's also not smart to completely dismiss things that happen. But overall, we're gonna find out during the regular season, right? Or like during like one of the preseason games or something like that. I don't know
you'll
about
find out.
practice.
You'll find out who this team is when the games start. It's as simple as that. What's more
Yeah.
important during practice is just like the guys getting camaraderie, like Jalen and AJ, like kind of like gaining chemistry, syncing up essentially, and like honestly, I think camp is a little bit bigger on the defensive side, in my opinion, because like I think it takes a little bit longer for an offense to get going. So I think it's really good news that the defense is clicking as much as it apparently is, and I've been reading nothing but great things about Jordan Davis, which is awesome to hear, because
Mhm.
that's like that could be a big key for us this year if he can play
Literally
up to
a
what we
very
expect.
big key, a
So, like,
massive key,
Like I think people are
a
just
big key.
I think people are just overreacting. I think that to say like to look at a good practice and be like Jalen Hurts is going to win MVP, and to look at a bad practice and be like Jalen Hurts should be benched are equally as ridiculous as each other. Let's wait until the fucking season. Let's see what happens.
Correct.
There's no need to
And also-
overanalyze this.
And also the narrative switches every day half the time. Like one day, one
Yeah.
reporter's saying, "Oh, he had a terrible day," and then another reporter's saying an entirely different thing. "Oh, he had a great day." So it's like people are going to run with their own narratives. They're going to say whatever they want to say to make their narratives fit.
Yeah, and then you see
Who gives a
players
shit?
like
Like-
players like Jalen Rager attacking John Clark.
Well, that dude can fuck off. I mean, Jalen Rager's a fucking bum.
By the way, like John Clark, I mean, all right, like that's like, dude, that's so weird, dude. Like to like quote tweet John Clark is bizarre to me.
I mean, that's just the way he's been. He's he's had a very tumultuous relationship with the Philly sports media. Because
he
he has
stinks?
not lived up to his potential at all. Was he put in a bit of a bad situation because he was drafted where he shouldn't have been? Yeah, but I mean, it's just the whole time he's been here, he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
only really shown out in practice, and then he just loses it. He
Yeah.
completely loses it. Like I
The highlight
don't even
the
get it,
highlight
honestly.
of Jalen Rager's career is those two catches at the joint training camp practice with what was it, the Patriots?
Yes, literally. Yeah.
Yeah,
he had that
it's-
one-handed catch, and then yeah.
Literally,
but
besides
if you're
that, he's
Jalen
done
Rager,
nothing.
dude, like
Yeah,
don't
all he
you
does is drop punts.
don't you realize that it's a bad look to be doing things like that? Like I could see if you're
I don't think he does.
like I could see if you're AJ Brown and you're getting like absolutely destroyed by John Clark. Yeah, I could actually see AJ Brown and be on his side, quote tweeting him from a practice. Like, you know what I mean, shitting on him because he had a poor practice. Like that's AJ Brown. But if you're Jalen Rager and
You've got a lot to prove.
you have a lot to prove, man, and just dude, stay off your phone. Like try to be humble a little bit and just put your work in. That's all you can do.
and
but-
honestly, like he should be cut anyway.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
got-
think he's gonna make
he
it
really
out.
has no
camp.
place on this team with the number of receivers we currently have.
He's not
like-
making out of camp, I don't think.
I hope not. Honestly.
Yeah, I
Like
don't- I
this,
don't know.
If of all years, this should be the year because
Yeah.
otherwise you have to extend him next year.
What I'm
So,
really
like, what's the
excited
point of
about, and you'll be happy about this, is Miles Sanders has looked phenomenal according to
Yeah.
reports.
that? Yeah, he's ripped off a lot of long runs.
And Miles Sanders is somebody that I am desperate to be able to root for. I
Well,
love the personality. I hate that like he's always hurt and kind of underperforming a little bit like past couple
He
years.
sucks.
But yes,
sorry.
yes, I think he sucks too. But I want him to be good. Like I
It
think if
is-
he has a breakout year this year, that would be awesome, and I'll be
It-
oh my god.
I
So
mean,
Really?
he has to. He has to realistically because this is a contract year.
He only has
Yeah.
like one of the best offensive lines helping him. So I mean,
well, I
get
think
it
he's
together.
but no, but I
Jesus.
think he will, and he's having a very good practice. or camp or whatever. You
Tell me
fucking
when he finds the end zone.
Listen. I agree.
is
I mean, how
worth
many
noting
weeks did he go
also-
last season without scoring a touchdown?
The
He
whole
didn't-
season.
He didn't score at all last year.
He didn't score at all.
No.
No.
Oh, remember one? Like he got into the end zone and it got called back. I
Yes.
think. Yeah, I remember that one. Merrill
Mhm.
Reese was losing his marbles.
Yes.
It is also worth noting Kenny Gainwell did take some first-team reps at some point in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He
boy.
started out, I believe, with
I
first
don't
team.
care about any of these people, man.
I believe he started out with
Kenny
first team,
Gainwell.
and then Booby started on second team, and then they switched him just because they wanted to see how things worked out.
Isn't
and then,
Kenny Gainwell the saxophone player?
so they wanted to see how things worked
Kenny
out
G?
where with him with the first team, obviously, because he obviously played well with the first team last year. Same with Miles when he did play. Same with Boston Scott when he did play for obvious reasons. Best O-line in the
Plus,
NFL.
I think
But-
they value Kenny as a better pass catcher out of the backfield.
No, yeah, definitely. And with today's running backs, like that's pretty much what you want is a guy that can catch out of the backfield, because that's a lot of what this offense.
You know what a lot of Philly sports Eagles fans want? They want to hear Merrill Reese say, Minshew, under center. They want to hear that one. They want to hear, Minshew, to his left, under center. And Mike Quick's going to be like, yeah, he's under center. You know, Mike Quick might be the worst analyst in the game. I would take Ben
Analyst.
In
Davis.
the game.
I would take Ben Davis
No.
in the booth.
God no.
No, God, no, I wouldn't. God, no, I wouldn't.
I would take Jamie Moore. No.
This is oh no, Matt Stairs.
Why is
the
your
worst.
Merrill so bad?
I never worked on Merrill. You know,
He
Maybe
spent
this
too much
season I'll
time on
get
the
it
Dan
together.
Baker.
Yeah, he
but
jerks off
but
every
to be
night to Dan Baker
fair,
videos.
I have almost mastered the Dan Baker.
You
Almost.
masturbated the Dan Baker?
I've almost mastered the Dan Baker.
You haven't mastered it.
I've almost. Do you understand how sentences are
He
constructed?
doesn't understand linguistics.
Yeah, you don't understand linguini.
He's Polish.
Yeah, you don't like the linguini. That's for the Italians. But yeah,
Don't tell me what I like.
Okay, there, fella. do you talk to Bartrid like this?
Yes.
Okay. Do you talk to Vince Libiando like this?
If he was here, I would.
No, I've never heard you.
If he was here.
Taylor, I have never heard you.
I
give-
literally shamed him for
No, no,
20
no.
minutes.
No,
the
because he was
last
being
month.
Because he wouldn't
Kidnapped.
read a text.
because he thought he was being kidnapped and traded to Russia for Brittany Griner or something. I don't know what the hell he thought was happening. It was clearly a scam. And
A scam.
it was.
No, it was just somebody trying to get his ID back.
Yeah, and Vince wouldn't help him.
No, by the way,
Jerk.
free Brittany Griner. By the way, but
What was the guy's name
Let's
again?
not get into
Yeah.
that.
I don't remember.
It was Rocky or something.
It was like Big Ch
It was like Big Joe from South Philly. You're on
Oh.
94 WIP.
Oh,
Go ahead,
Are you
Big Joe.
talking about? Are you talking about who he thought I was?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
what it was.
yeah.
Hank the
what
Tank.
It was
Hank
Hank
the
the Tank,
Tank,
baby.
baby.
Hank the Tank.
Vinny Lobiando, a.k.a. Hank the Tank.
Oh, dude, I would love for the
Coming at you live.
I would love for the Phillies to acquire a guy named Hank. I'm not sure that any guy named Hank is available, but just to hear Dan Baker say Hank would be like so cool. Like Hank Aaron, Hank,
Hank the Tank.
You need to aim higher.
Aaron.
Hank Williams Jr.
You have the lamest dreams.
Yeah, listen, I do have a lot of weird dreams.
No, lame.
Lame dream. Yeah.
And weird.
Yeah,
Well,
so
yeah, but
That's a
Tony
given,
La
though.
Russa is a manager and he's 78 years old. That's a random thought that I have, but it's bizarre. It is absolutely bizarre.
He was falling asleep in the first inning the other day. I saw a video of that.
That was
I
very
saw
funny.
that. Literally falling asleep. This man is 78 years old. What
Almost
made
as old as Taylor.
what made the White Sox think that it was a good idea to put an 80-year-old man through the grind of a 162 game baseball season with the fucking White Sox? I mean, come on.
It's evil, honestly. I love it.
Oh, it's an evil plan, man.
It's an evil genius.
It's evil genius, man.
Great brewery.
But it's amazing that Tony La Russa has survived longer than Joe Girardi has, longer than Joe Madden has this season. It's unfathomable. It really is. But yeah.
Just have a
So
stroke.
Eagles, we got Eagles out of the way. We got Phillies out of the way. Sixers, you know, I'm not going to talk about the Sixers today because you know the new arena is still, you know, the dust hasn't settled from my Chinatown fallout.
I do want to talk about one thing with them real quick.
Tyrese Maxey,
No.
Miles Sanders,
No.
Chase Utley,
So
James
hey,
Harden.
Doc was doing an interview. It was just a little tidbit. Doc was doing an interview today.
Does he still have the same voice?
Unfortunately, yes.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
He never got it fixed.
He's got to get that frog out of his throat.
I know, right? It's a real shame because all you hear is ribbit half the time. But
Yeah, ribbit. I hate young
Um,
players. Ribbit.
no. So today he was getting interviewed and they were asking him about his communication with James Harden, and he said James Harden calls and talks to him too much.
Oh, see, that's a bad sign. See, the fallout is
It's like-
beginning.
It's like no,
This is the end.
I think it's funny because he's literally just like setting himself up to sound like an asshole.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just
Absolutely.
like,
But I have a
this
feeling.
this is one of the greatest coaches in the NBA? Question mark.
Yeah. What if James Harden has the you see how slim he's been looking? What if James Harden is the type of guy that is like starving himself right now and just
like you.
drinking?
That's what you do.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just drinking and he's just
that's the
he-
Seamus diet,
he-
Taylor. if
he's
you wanna
getting
get on it.
he's getting hammered, right? And he's calling Doc Rivers, and it's just like harassing borderline harassing the poor doctor. Just all boozed up, drinking some Natty Light, Harden's partying and Fox Chase in the woods. I would like to think that that's
Golf
going
course.
on. Golf course, Soulsby's there.
Vince just
It's a
got
good time.
boner.
No, but like in all seriousness, do you think that Harden is under the influence of any
No.
narcotics when he's calling Doc Rivers?
No.
Do you think Austin Rivers talks to Doc Rivers as much as James Harden talks to Doc Rivers? Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think Seth Curry does either.
Oh, oh my God! I always forget about the whole Seth thing and the
I think Paul George might.
Paul George.
He was a big fan of Doc.
Yeah, Paul George. I mean that's never trust a guy with two first names.
Yeah,
That's
true.
what that's what they always say. And I got brutally harassed on the Twitter because I said that about somebody.
Isn't your name too?
Yes,
names?
and I didn't know it was until that
How
guy
did you
told
not
me.
know that?
Because Doyle's a last name.
Doyle McPoyle.
I know Doyle McPoyle. It's a fictional character.
Yeah, but then you
And
should
then I
just
looked
know
up
that
the
Doyle.
name, and there was like a Doyle in Major League Baseball at one point. His name's like Doyle Westpher or something. Very, very waspy name. Very waspy.
You should name your child Doyle.
I should. I might name it Taylor. If it's a girl or a boy, I can name it Taylor. That's the beauty of it.
Who's
Yeah,
gonna be the? Who's
yeah,
gonna
let me
be
know
the-
when you impregnate somebody.
Okay, I guess. You'll
He's
be,
gonna
you'll be
gonna
the
text
first
you
one.
every time he nuts at a girl now.
Which
You brought
is
this
not
upon
often.
yourself.
Not that often. But I will call
You're just
you
gonna
the
get
next,
a random text at like 4:00 in the morning, and we're at the strip club.
the next time I get lucky at Craig's. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you and say, "Hey Taylor, I
get lucky.
I just impregnated a lady," and you're gonna be like, "Oh, good."
She has her
Or something.
tubes tied, but
She's got her
I
tubes
nutted at
tied.
her.
Dude, if I impregnated somebody, like let's say next weekend, like if I
On your
did
birthday?
that, no, after, if I did that, what would I do? Like I
Oh,
don't
you would
like
Probably die from
like if the woman
anxiety
decides
attack.
to keep the baby,
Yeah.
what would I do?
You-
Like,
you
what
would
do you
die.
think I would do,
You would-
Vince? What do you think I would do?
You'd
Well, I
fall
don't
in
know.
love.
Do you think I would take care of the baby?
I don't see why not. I just don't know how that baby would
All
turn
right,
out.
so. Well, I mean, he's got Uncle Vince, Uncle Taylor, Uncle Pat, right? 2 Uncle Pats, So I think it would be
I mean,
good
bringing
shit.
a baby around me and Pat at this stage in our lives is probably not the brightest idea.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's kind of like when the gang found the dumpster baby, and It's
Exactly.
Always Sunny. It didn't work
Exactly.
out too well. But yeah, so when that happens, Taylor, I will give you a call. And you'll probably give me some sarcastic response like, "Oh no, you didn't," and my
No,
life would
no,
be
you
ruined. My life would be ruined. By the way, can we get a score update from the post-trade deadline Philadelphia Phillies?
Still
Vince?
1-zip.
No, it's 2-1.
Oh,
2
is
to
it now?
1. Did Austin
2-1
Riley,
Atlanta.
who just got paid? Oh
Oh.
no! Oh no! Oh, it didn't work. Acquiring Thor did not work. It's over. It is over.
That's it. Season's
can't-
done, bud.
The season's over. Season's over. I told you they should have been sellers anyway. It's all in vain. All in vain. Now, Taylor, are you interested at all in the second half of the Philly season?
Why do you ask me that?
Because I know you're kind of like, oh yeah, the Phillies are going to be the same old forever. But it's
Are
like,
you invested in them being terrible?
yeah, are you because
I think that's what he's trying to
because
ask
you must admit that
No,
this is
I just need to wait a month, and then you're going to stumble in here and be like, I can't fucking believe we're here again.
but I don't. I think
That's
I
all.
think
That's
the-
all I'm looking.
But
for.
I
Yeah.
know that the vibes are different now. I know that you got 2 cancers
You're just making it
off
better.
the roster.
You're just
in-
making it better.
No, because listen, this is a different team.
Oh boy,
It is a different team. I mean, dude, the face of the franchise
I cannot wait.
is no longer Bryce Harper.
I
It is
cannot
Brandon
wait.
Marsh, and you better remember that. You better wake up every morning.
Have you
and-
seen the head of hair on Brandon
Oh
Marsh?
my God, he is a beautiful man, and
Vince.
he's a short king, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he is
I
a
thought he
short
was like
king.
6'3".
No, he's
Vince,
got.
Vince, the better your life. Do the Phillies make a wild card appearance this year?
Drum roll,
Yes.
please.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see, we got Vince on the bandwagon here. Taylor, you're gonna go
Yeah, I think
no.
so.
Yeah, I'm gonna no.
I believe the Bell and the Birdman squad are gonna go no.
Yeah.
Patrick,
I'm going yes.
I'm going yes too. Surprisingly,
Yeah,
I am
fuck you,
going
Taylor.
yes. I think the
Taylor's
Phillies,
Taylor's just bitch made. He can't nut up when it comes to
Yeah.
for the
that-
first
that's-
time
that's
since
it.
2011, the Philadelphia Phillies will be in a playoff game, in a playoff series.
Oh, that's so horrible.
And it's going to be majestic. It's going to be Odubellis. It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be a familia event.
It's going to be a Familia event for everyone except for Familia.
Would you rather have a night on the town with the Cuz or the Phillies to
I mean, that's
to win
just
a playoff game?
I would go night on the town with the Cuz.
A series.
A series? Are we talking this year or like ever?
Yes, this year.
Oh, this year? Nah. I mean, I take a night on the town with the Cuz. What would
World
be
Series appearance.
this year? No, because I know that we would lose.
What?
Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, I would definitely not.
Yeah, I, mean,
I
come
would
on.
definitely tell the Cuz to go fuck himself.
Clip,
Oh, we gotta clip that.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm telling the cuz to go fuck himself. That's a direct quote from Seamus Doyle.
And you can email it. You can email him the link of that.
Oh, of course.
That would help him get on the show. But in all seriousness, yes, I believe that the Phillies are going to do it, Taylor. And
Do what?
I think
What are they doing?
if they get hot and they win a wild card series,
Oh, God.
the sky's the limit.
I mean, it would be nice if they actually won the series, just because they're all away games for us.
Yeah.
If it's a wild card series,
We might
And
have to end up playing the Padres in a wild card series.
That'd be fucking.
I believe
awful.
that that's how it might line up, but it might be the Cardinal. I don't know.
I thought it would be the Braves.
Why would it be the Braves if they
Aren't
win?
they in first?
Oh
and we're in
yeah,
third?
that's
Yeah.
right. Oh my, I forget about the fucking Mets. God damn
Wait,
it!
so who's
So
the
right
team that
now-
would knock the Phillies out?
I
Would
don't.
be the Braves.
I don't
probably
know.
Right now. If it ended today,
Most
Braves are
likely,
the
yeah.
first seed in the NL wild card race.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit? Who's second seeded? Padres.
Yeah.
And then
The Padres, then the Phillies,
Yeah,
right? Then the
so
Cardinals.
yeah. So the
So
Braves
Cardinals.
But the
No,
Phillies
no.
are a much better team than the Cardinals. They are. I mean, they are. By the way, the Yankees made one of the most insane trades I've ever seen today. They sold one of their starting pitchers to the Cardinals. It makes no sense. Montgomery's a good pitcher. You're in like one of the best seasons in a while for the Yankees, and you're going to sell a starting pitcher to the St.
My
Louis
Yankees.
Cardinals. Doesn't make any sense. But the Cardinals got two pitchers when the whole like underperforming of the Cardinals has been offensively. So they got better, but in the wrong areas. So I don't trust the Cardinals. I think the Phillies and the Cardinals are pretty much the same team. Like there's not a lot of differences there. So I'm not worried about St. Louis. I'm not worried about the Brewers. I think the Brewers are like so beatable. It's not even funny. We took care of business against them this season already. I think we could beat Atlanta. I mean, we've beaten Atlanta. We just took a series from them at home without Bryce Harper, without Gene Segura, without Brandon Marsh, with Odubel Herrera, with Jeurys Familia. So I think that this is going to be it's going to be interesting. Like in all seriousness, the Phillies can make a run. And I think Dombrowski did his job today. He worked with what he had to work with. Does O'Hoppe for Brandon Marsh sound a little bizarre? Yeah, because O'Hoppe was our number 3 prospect. He immediately becomes the Angels' number 1 prospect.
Just teleport me a month from now.
It's just
I can't wait.
it's going to be fun in about a month, Taylor. I'm right there
It's
with
gonna be
you, buddy.
funny.
It's going to be fun.
It's not gonna be fun for
I have
you.
the same vibes, Taylor. It's going to be a good time. I'm happy you're jacked up about it.
How many times have you had these vibes?
It's going. I haven't had them since 2008, brother. I didn't buy them in 2011.
Vince, help me out here.
I
That's a
haven't-
lie.
No,
That's
but,
a flat lie.
Yeah, thank you.
nah, but it is a different
No, it's
feeling.
not.
It's a different feeling. Can't you see the lust in my eyes, Taylor? can't you see
Is that the right term?
I don't know, but it's different. I feel different. I have a different vibe going. It's Marsh time, baby. It's David Robertson time, baby. It's Thor time, baby. Harper's coming back. Segura's activated on Thursday. We are going to October. That's what we're doing.
I think you're making Vince's eyes bleed.
And if you don't like it, get out of town, kid, because this is
Get
Phillies
the fuck
Nation.
out of town.
Get the fuck out of this
I'm
studio.
going to the shore with Vince and his family.
Well, Donald Fagan is not going to be too happy about that. Walter Becker's ghost either.
Seamus, I
Yeah.
hope you have a great birthday weekend.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate
hope
you
you do
not
too.
showing up for me. Just like my dad didn't.
Yeah,
for
have
so
fun
many
without
years.
the podcast people that you work with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I hope you have a great time.
Yeah.
Pat, shut the fuck up, man. I know
Barnes probably will be pretty fun for you. Yeah.
Yeah, my luck are gonna
Everyone-
close down.
Everyone make sure
Everyone-
to look up-
Wait. I have one last one.
It's gonna be a COVID outbreak at Barnaby's.
Monkeypox outbreak. at
Phillies.
Barnes.
Yeah,
Phillies win a wild card spot.
they didn't yet. No.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
I'm guaranteeing you that, but Pat will not be at your birthday this weekend.
That's easy.
Would you take it?
Yeah, because he could just meet me at Lou's.
No.
No,
Yeah,
I-
but
Like
you
that
can't-
whole
no,
that
no,
whole
no, no, no.
weekend.
No, he
that
said
whole
the
weekend.
whole weekend.
Oh, the whole weekend. Dude, I see him enough.
Yeah. I would do
And
that
by
in
the
a
way,
heartbeat.
I listen.
That's easy.
No, Taylor. I know you're
Taylor
disappointed
really
in
thought
the
he had
answer.
a stump.
I know you're disappointed in the answer, but you have to listen to me. I'm not trying to be an asshole trying to show you up on the air. Hopefully, there's not going to be any
Show me up,
headsets
baby.
thrown. But the reason is I see Pat all the time. Do I like to drink with Pat? Sure, but it's like when I drink with Pat, I'm blacking out most of the time, right? So
I don't like
only
drinking with
I
him.
only remember seeing him for about a half an hour. So it doesn't matter. Like I can pretend somebody else
Isn't
is
that your
Pat.
best friend?
Yeah, of course. He's one of my best friends. Vince is one of my best friends. You're one of my best friends, believe it or not. I just have a
that's new.
lot of best friends because I consider anyone who's nice to me, anyone that takes the time to have a conversation to me, to be one of my best friends.
Okay.
That's sad.
It's a good philosophy. it's called being,
That's why I love
liberal.
sports radio so much, just so he can call in.
You know what's weird?
And
I'm
then
not
they're
a big
friends.
caller. I did a couple weeks ago call into Jan Jansen. He was doing overnights, and our friend Francisco Rojas was producing. And I talked a little Phillies with John Johnson, and it was fun. And he still says, "Hey, I'm John Johnson with his 9 before WIP Sports Update." But Vince, if you want to chime in anytime, just let me know.
I'm all right.
I don't think he wants to chime in.
All right, sounds good. So this has been a highly successful edition of From the Nosebleeds, in which we got nothing accomplished because Taylor is still not on the Phillies train, and it's a real sickness.
Also, though, if the Phillies do make the playoffs, I'm feeling another giveaway in the future.
I think the giveaway is going to come, and I think it's going to be out of the Brandon Marsh ilk. How about that? It's going to be out of the Brandon Marsh ilk.
We're not giving away to fucking Brandon
We're
Marsh.
giving away the center fielder, Brandon
Nemo?
fuck you. Marsh. Can you imagine Matt Cord? Brandon
Oh my
Marsh,
God.
Marsh, birthday. That'd be sick. However, he doesn't play basketball. He just plays baseball,
That we know, at least.
that we know of. What if Matt Cord is the
Jesus Christ.
replacement of Dan Baker?
I would hate that
I would hate it.
because I want him for the Sixers.
I think I'm the only guy for the job.
All right, well, thank you very much for listening in tonight, everyone.
It was a good time.
Peace out.
We're headed to McDonald's.
Vince had a great time.
About to have a Big Mac. It's gonna be great. And you're a Ferrari.
Hey, fuck you, O'Double.
Oh, but the way Odubel plays his game is dumb.